Buying a resale property might seem like the easier choice at the beginning, but hidden costs and upfront cost expense can make it less rewarding in the long run. So recently, a lot of my clients have been asking me whether is it wiser to buy a new launch and rent or just get a resale property. So if you're stuck deciding whether to buy a resale property and move in or invest in a new launch and rent for 3 to 4 years, today we are here to break down the numbers for you. Hey everyone, I'm Tricia Chong from PropertyPrivé, and today we are in another episode of Property Investing with Tricia, and I'm going to walk you through 3 simple steps to help you determine whether buying a new launch and renting makes more sense for you or just buying a resale property. So the first step will be to identify the resale property that you would like to buy for own stay. So for example, if you are considering a resale unit over a new launch, the first step is to truly find out what are your family needs. For example, if my client has a child that's studying in Hwa Chong, I would recommend a 2-bedroom unit at 4th Avenue Residence because it's just 2 minutes drive away. So this will make their daily commute much more convenient for them as well. But beyond just choosing the right unit, it is also crucial to understand the real cost of owning a resale property because there's also renovation costs to consider. Because it's going to be older, they often require upgrades to meet your standards as well. So there's also maintenance fee, monthly condo maintenance fee, and this upkeep is an ongoing monthly upkeep as well. So next will be the property tax that you'll need to start paying property tax from the day you officially own the unit. And finally, the mortgage interest, because it's a completed property, you'll be servicing the whole full loan right away. So now we'll break down the cash flow to see exactly what you'll be spending over time in step 2. So in step 2, we'll list out the different prices and also the different costs in this illustration to actually run through with you, and you can weigh the cost of which would be a wiser choice. So a 2-bedroom unit in 4th Avenue Residence typically costs about 1.8 million. The down payment required would be 25% of the purchase price, which amounts us to 512,600. So this remaining 75% would be financed through a loan amounting to 1.35 million. On top of this, you'll also need to pay your stamp duty, which is approximately 59,600, and legal fees, which generally come to about 3,000. Additionally, you could also expect renovation costs, which can range from 50,000 and 100,000 depending on the level of work you plan to do as well. These are the key upfront costs for you to consider when you purchase a resale condo. And also the monthly and annual running costs for resale property. Let's look at the monthly and annual running costs for a resale property. For a 2-bedroom unit, the estimated monthly cost including mortgage interest and maintenance is $10,432 already. So this totaling to about 500,000 over 4 years, adding renovation costs from about 50,000 to 100,000 and your stamp duty of about 59,600. Your total cost range from 610,000 to 660,000 over a period of 4 years. So even with a potential appreciation, the total cash outlay for a resale property is quite significant, and exit strategies for resale properties may be slightly limited. So now let's take this step further and compare it with option 2, buying a new launch and renting while waiting for the completion of the property. So if you were to choose to buy a new launch, you will actually need to rent for quite a period of time before the actual construction of the property. So how much will this cost actually cost you? First, let's break down the initial upfront cost for a new launch condo. For a 2-bedroom condo at a new launch is around 1.8 million. Your total down payment will be about 512,000 with a loan amount of about 1.35 million. The stamp duty comes up to be about 59,600, and also you have your legal fees of 3,000. Let's explore the benefits of this option. Of course, buying a new launch, because you're buying directly from the developer at launch price, you actually have a higher potential upside. After 4 years, you can expect returns with a clear exit strategy, and you can also save around 50,000 minimally on renovation costs, as usually new launches are fully fitted and developer usually provide most of the items. Another benefit is the flexibility of choosing where you want to rent while waiting for the completion, meaning you can live in a location that suits your lifestyle. Additionally, however, we also have to keep in mind that the running rental cost of around 4,500 per month can add up over time. This can affect your cash flow as well, and also you need to account for additional costs during the TOP and CSC phases. During the TOP stage of about the first 1 to 2 years, your monthly mortgage will be about $4,800. The maintenance fee will be approximately about $350. So this gives you a cash flow of about $4,449 per month. Then during the CSC stage, your mortgage will be around $6,000 and the maintenance fee will still be about $350. This gives you a cash flow of about $6,374 per month. So let's say we take a look at the total rental and additional cost over the 3 years. Now let's put this side by side. You can see that the total rent cost over a 3-year period at $4,500 per month will amount to about $162,000. When you add in the stamp duty of $59,600, your total cash outlay for these 3 years would be $221,600. Renting while waiting for a new launch does incur some costs, but with the potential upside of a new launch property, savings on your renovation and a clear exit strategy, it can still make good financial sense in the long run. If you buy a resale property, your total cost over 4 years, including mortgage, maintenance fee, renovation and stamp duty, would be about $307,000. With a 10% appreciation, the property would be around likely $1.98 million, but you'll still be facing a potential loss of $127,000. Now, if you choose to rent while buying a new launch, your total outlay including rent and stamp duty would be around $221,600. With the same 10% appreciation, the new launch will also be worth about $1.98 million, leaving you with a $158,400 profit. Buying a resale property might seem like the easier choice at the beginning because you can easily just move in without having to rent and wait. But hidden costs and upfront cost expense can make it less rewarding in the long run. On the other hand, renting while waiting for a new launch may feel like an extra expense, but with better appreciation potential, lower cash and more flexibility is actually the smarter move. For my own investment journey, I also went with a new launch property, which I have shared in my previous investment journey video as well. If you're wondering what's the best move for you, let's chat further and I'll be happy to help you find a home that matches your goals and lifestyle. Until then, I'll see you in the next episode of Property Investing with Tricia Chong.